Frederick Winslow Taylor Scientific Management Theory. So Taylor 1856 and 1951 was an American who is an American who started his career as a machinist in Midvale Steel Works in Philippines in Philadelphia and gradually through his hard work and progress rose to the position of the chief engineer. He introduced his observation and experiments based on scientific data. That is, Taylor's approach towards the management is termed as a scientific management. So, for this contribution and development of management thoughts, he is known as the father of scientific management. Taylor's management theory is based on scientific experiments. This theory involves the application of scientific approach to decision making and solving them at the same time. According to Taylor, problems should be solved by scientific techniques rather than the rule of thumb and a trial and error approach. So, definition of scientific management by Frederick Taylor, scientific management consists of knowing what you, that is management, want meant to do exactly and seeing it that they do it in the best and the cheapest manner. So, there are principles of scientific management. The first one is Taylor principles are based on the following four areas. That is, first one is observation and analysis of each task, and second, determination of the standard of work, and selecting and training people to perform the jobs, ensuring that the work is done in the most efficient manner. So, Taylor principles of scientific management are as follows. That is a science, not rule of thumb. According to this principle, the manager should use the scientific method to determine every activity performed by the employee in the organization. For this should consider the following points, that is to calculate the time required for each job by observing the employee, to determine how much work can an employee perform in a day, and to find out the best way to do a particular job. And instead of using trial and error method for determining the job, use systematic ways such as data collection, analysis of data, and then drawing conclusion. So these are the things need to follow in this science, not rule of thumb. Scientific method we need to follow in this management, and harmony, not discord. According to this principle, there should be harmony between the principal, employees, and management. This coordination will help in minimizing conflicts between them. The, there should be a good relationship between the employees and the management. So this coordination will minimize the problems between them. Perfect understanding between the employees and management will be helpful in creating healthy work environment for achieving the desired goal. So that is a success organization should think about a maximum prosperity of employees also. This is a harmony, not discord. So next is mental revaluation. So mental revaluation, this is focus on the complete change in the attitude of the management and employees as regards their relation are concerned. For this change, the manager should create a suitable working condition for the employees, and all the problems should be solved scientifically, and the employee should perform their jobs carefully and with a devotion. And other hand, management should provide a fair remuneration to the employees and it will boost up their morale. So these are the mental evaluation should taken care of the manager. And the fourth one is cooperation, not individualisms. So, in this principle says that in the organization, the emphasis should be given to cooperation between the management and workers, not to individualisms. The goals can be achieved effectively only by cooperation by the employees with the organization. The interest of the management and the worker should be one and the same. They should harmonize. So this is a cooperation between the management and the employees. It's not applicable for not individualisms and division of responsibilities. So in this, the report is done as in this while dividing the work. There should be the division of responsibility between the managers and the employees. This is can be done by the nature and roles played by different levels of managers and employees should be determined properly. The manager should be given the responsibilities of planning, whereas the workers or employees should concentrate on the execution. Based on their skills and talent, the manager should give the divide the work and give responsibility to the employees. This will works very nicely. This is the scientific management by F.W. Taylor. So next one is sixth one is development of employer and employee for greater efficiency and maximum prosperity. So how the employer and employees. So employer is the organization and employees is for greater efficiency, productivity, and maximum prosperity. So, best performance of an organization always depends on the skills and capabilities of its employees. So, when the organization is in a going in a success path, so it's an effort from the employees, their capabilities, their skills to a great extent, thus providing training and development programs to the employees whenever required. When the when employees are lagging in in a skills and capabilities, the management should means organization should give provide them training and development programs to the employees whenever it is required. So this is very essential. This is giving a training and development conducting a providing a training and development programs. It's very essential for the employees for getting efficient productivity. So it ultimately affects the profitability of the organization. If the employee is skilled in the object, skilled in the work, so this will help to the organization for making a profitability for the organization. Each employee should be given proper opportunity to attain a greater efficiency and maximum prosperity. These are the six principles of scientific management. Now we'll see the techniques of scientific management. So next topic is techniques of scientific management. So those are first work study. Before assigning the work to the available workforce, proper work study should be done by the management. So work study consists of an organized, systematic and critical assessment of the various activities or functions. Work study is based on the techniques such as time study, motion study and method study and fatigue study. That is first one is time study. So it is the technique of observing and recording the time taken by an employee to complete a given task. So record should be there how much time has taken by the employee to complete a job, complete a task. So with the help of time study, the precise time required for each element of work is determined. So it is the technique used for fixing the standard time required to do a particular task under given condition. So this is the this is the technique used for fixing the standard time for the required job or whatever the task given to the employees, the time study should be there from the management. So they have to, this is the standard time required to particular task under given condition. So how much time take will employees, how much time employees will take to finish the task. And it is useful to measure the efficiency of an employee and control the cost of work. So when the management is study about the time management, time study, so it is useful to measure efficiency, productivity, and employee and to control the cost of work. So if the for example the if the study about the time, the management study about the time, though they put a two in they have taken a three employees in a two employees place. So the in if the time, if they know about that time, the how they no need to waste the money in the where money for the paying for the employees cost of work. And method study, there are always various methods of completing the task. So method study, there are always various methods of completing the task. There are many methods to complete the task. For best quality and cost effectiveness, identifying the best method of doing a particular job is while while conducting our R&D, research and development. So that this is the best method to find out the how, if which method we should use to complete this job is very important and challenging task for a manager. It helps in reducing the wastage of time and raw material and in improving the utility of all resources as for predetermined objectives. If the management know about the method in which method if they used, so which method they use, so they can allot to the employees. So this will avoid the time wastage of time and raw material and utility of all resources. And motion study says that the study of required motion means movement of an employee as well as a machine while completing a particular task is very important. It is helpful in eliminating unnecessary motions and finding the best method of doing particular job. So this is a most motion study and fatigue study. Generally long working hours without sufficient breaks, target pressures, heavy working tools and poor working condition result into physical and mental stress. This will create a fatigue. So the management studies these all the problems how to control by the employees, and it has an adverse effect on the health and efficiency of the employee. So it will impact on the employee cells fatigue study. The study of fatigue and steps to reduce the level of fatigue is very important to maintain the operational efficiency of the employees. Next is the standardization of tools and equipments. So in this, the standardization in the production implies selecting the standard tools and equipment for production and maintaining a standard working condition at the place of work. And it will improve the, it will, uh, this standardized working environment and methods of production help to reduce spoilage, wastage of material and cost of production and fatigue among the workers, and it improves the quality of work. And scientific task setting, so in this Taylor emphasized the need for fixing a fair day's work, like a scientific work settings is important to prevent the employees from doing work much below their capacity. By using this technique, employees will complete the task according to standards given, and management can keep a proper control, optimum utilization of workforce. And functional organizations, that is, in this selection selection scientific selection and training. Management can select a right person for the right jobs by using a scientific selection procedure. It needs to fix the job specification as per requirements. Employees are selected according to predetermined standards in an important way. After selection, management should provide the proper training programs to increase their efficiency. So, when the in the mechanical industry, so IT, IT employees and mechanical engineers can work. So, if they have taken a software engineer, so this will be difficult for the organization to take the work from software engineer. So they have to hire for the mechanical engineer only. After the selection, management should provide the proper training programs to increase their efficiency. So if they give a training to the employees, they can increase the efficiency and productivity in their organization. And next is a functional organization, that is planning level. At planning level, root clerk tells how work moves from one machine to other, and instruction clerk records the instruction to complete the work, and time and cost clerk determines the time in which work should be completed and work out the cost, and discipline ensures that the workers are working as per factory rules. At implementation level, boss actually gets the work done, gang boss, and speed boss, their group boss. And speed boss ensures that the work is completed in a specified time. And repair boss handles security and maintenance of a mechanism. And inspector ensures that the work is done as for the specified standards. And now is next is a differential piece rate or wage plan. According to Taylor, there should be discrimination between the efficient and inefficient workers. The payment should be made according to the performance of the workers. The efficient worker should be paid more, whereas the inefficient worker should be paid less remuneration. In this method, a standard is a fixed for production. Those who produce more than the standard should be paid more in the form of incentives, and those who perform less than the standard should be paid less as a penalty. This system gives encouragement to those who perform well and motivates those who have underperformed to improve their performance. So these are the scientific techniques of scientific management. This is a summary about the chapter. So definition of principal management, and next is nature of principles of management. So next is significance of management principles and theories of management. Henry Fayol's administration theory of management, and Henry Fayol's 14 principles of management we studied, and Frederick Taylor's scientific management theory and principles of scientific management and techniques of scientific management we studied in this chapter. These are the summary short notes for the this chapter. Thank you.